Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to the JJ Show. How are you guys doing? Oh boy, we got a brand new redraw video for you today. And this week's winner, it goes to MysticFOX4. Congratulations, Mystic. Oh, it was a pleasure drawing your piece. Your piece was a good one. She's a great artist actually, and the pressure was on. It was so difficult. Oh, I was like, what have I gotten myself into? So if you don't know, go check his work out. We actually met at the Anime Expo. So it just so happens I picked yours. I didn't realize it was you until I checked your name, and I was like, look, it's Manny from AX. Anyways, let's get started. So many problems. Let's just go over the many problems one by one. First thing that I fixed on here was the center line. I had to change the center line because I noticed that I was slanting the character over too much. She was kind of tilting over. And quick little adjustment is just to lasso the leg and it's kind of tilted. And the center line should just line up from the top of the head or the bottom of the chin down to the inner side of the ankle. And oh, before I forget, costumes is really cool. So I had a lot of fun drawing it. The difference between my drawing and yours so far looks like my style is more rounded shapes, and I place things on more of a curve, and yours seems to be more of a straight line. So I try to keep a rhythm in the lines. And when I talk about the curve, I'm talking about like the actual elements of the body and points. Things fall on curves. Good shapes makes me want to copy. That's a problem with drawings that are good on their own, is that you start to fall into the copying mindset, not really innovating. So I'm trying to stay away from copying. I'm reminding myself I fell into this little trap last time. Look at it, look away, and create. Have faith in yourself. You can do this. This is something I'm still struggling with, obviously, and the more you do, the better you'll get at it. But a really good exercise to get better is try practicing quick gestures. I mean quick 1-minute gestures. If it's too short, try 5 minutes, but slowly reduce the time it takes for you to draw something. The point is trying to ingrain that image, the feeling of whatever it is, the expression, the gesture in your head, and representing it with a few lines as possible. Okay, so one of the biggest problems that I had in this drawing was the head was too high. At first it was fine. The first sketch was good, and then the more I played with it, the higher the head started to go, because I started to make the top of her head have too much volume for her hair. So I started lifting up her head a bit, her skull, and it started to make her neck too long. So I got stuck there for a bit, and oh my goodness, as you can see, I'm struggling like hell here. So what I did was erase and start again with the head, and I started again twice. Again, I remembered last time trying to stick with something that is broken. And remember, when the foundation is shaky, then the drawing is gonna be shaky no matter what you do to it. So just erase, take a breath, start over. Okay, so Manny, honestly, I don't prefer that split hairstyle that you have going for your drawing. It looks great on your drawing, but when I do it, it just felt weird every time I tried to do it, and I tried it a million times. It was a problem. So I just you know what? I stuck with it. That's right. It's a challenge, and I don't want to give up. That's what this redraw is all about. I'm here to redraw and keep the spirit of your drawing. And if I just like do my own hair, then why am I doing a redraw? It has to stay true to your drawing. So if you notice, sometimes I'm like zoomed in, you can see a lot of pixels, and I think that's a really good technique. So if you want to have a looser, rougher drawing, keep your drawing really low resolution and just draw in pixels, and then slowly just raise the resolution. The pants originally was very slim. Her legs were slim, and then I added the baggy pants because I noticed you had some bagginess going on. but then I overdid the bagginess and it made it look stumpy, so then I ended up just slimming it down again and going back to the slim look and just adding some more wrinkles, very subtle wrinkles. Anyways, at this point I'm at the cleanup stage and it's smooth sailing from here. As you guys might know, the rough draft is the most difficult part of the drawing. Just trying to smooth out all the edges and figure out all the structure and flow and details, just having everything laid down, but not too cluttered that you can't read it for when you try to clean it up. So I'll just let the cleanup go because it's really self-explanatory. I'm just literally going over all the information that I have down, and I'll talk about the thing that really held me back, as I mentioned before, was the hair. You don't see it too much, but I was redoing the hair a bunch of times. I mean, a lot of different times. And what I noticed as I'm editing this is there were a lot of moments where the hair actually looked fine and there was nothing wrong with it. It was all in my head. I was not confident enough to say, okay, this is good enough. And one thing that I'm noticing from editing is that I'm starting to think editing videos help you learn how to draw better or more efficiently. Actually, it's teaching me how to fight the battles a lot more efficiently. Like I'll see where I'm stuck for too long and where things look fine. It's just being able to pull yourself away from an idea and move on to the next stage. And that's a skill in itself, is to not try and perfect every stage. Try and get the idea and knock down the bigger picture before you start shaving the edges and refining things. So having things in kind of a sped up time allows me to see this in kind of a faster pace. So half of the battle is fought really in ourselves a lot of times. Getting stuck on one part for too long, or having self-doubt, being too critical, art blocks are common problems that we face as kids. As adults, because I don't think we were dealing with a lot of that stuff when we were kids. If you were like me, I didn't really have self-doubt. I think kids, they just draw because they want to have fun. So, I mean, you can go around life with the burden of seeing the cup half empty. But then you're only gonna struggle through life if you do that. So if you look at things half full, it's not very easy to just turn that on either. So it's a struggle. And a struggle that a lot of us face growing up in any field, not just art. And one big struggle that I had was when I saw incredible art, I didn't really know or ever think I could ever get there. It just felt impossible. I mean, how do you do it? It feels impossible because you're not there yet, and you don't know what resources or what road to take. It's like swimming. It feels impossible until you learn how to swim. Like, I actually had a trauma of water as a kid. Like, I was terrified of water, and dang, that's another story. That's a different story for another time. But yeah, it feels impossible because you don't see all the steps it takes to get there. Everything has a process, unless you're Kim Jong-gi or child prodigy. We're not talking about those. Those people are like 0.0001% of society. For the rest of us humans, if you just tackle the problem one step at a time, you'll eventually get there. In order to learn how to swim, you gotta get your feet wet. You gotta get to the swimming pool. I know that was another problem. I'd be crying. I don't want to go to the swimming pool. I don't want to go. And yeah, that about does it. And thanks again, Mystic, for your request, and anyone else. If you guys want me to redraw your work, just comment on this drawing. It's already up on my Instagram. Check it out and just leave a request, a comment. Whatever you do, go and do it. Word? Alright, thanks guys. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Bye. Alright.